A reading from the first book of Samuel. In those days Hannah conceived, and at the end of her term bore a son, whom she called Samuel, since she had asked the Lord for him. The next time her husband Elkanah was going up with the rest of the household to offer the customary sacrifice to the Lord and to fulfill his vows, Hannah did not go, explaining to her husband, "Once the child is weaned, I will take him to appear before the Lord and to remain there forever. I will offer him as a perpetual Nazirite." Once Samuel was weaned, Hannah brought him up with her, along with the 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine, and presented him at the temple of the Lord in Shiloh. After the boy's father had sacrificed the young bull, Hannah, his mother, approached Eli and said, "Pardon, my Lord. As you live, my Lord, I am the woman who stood near you here, praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted my request. Now I, in turn, give him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he shall be dedicated to the Lord." Hannah left Samuel there. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
A reading from the first letter of St. John. Beloved, see what love the Father has bestowed on us, that we may be called the children of God. And so we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Beloved, we are God's children now. What we shall be has not yet been revealed. We do know that when it is revealed, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Beloved, if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence in God and receive from him whatever we ask, because we keep his commandments and we do what pleases him. And his commandment is this: we should believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another just as he commanded us. Those who keep his commandments remain in him and he in them. And the way we know that he remains in us is from the Spirit he gave us. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Blessing, Father. The Lord be with you.
With your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Each year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up according to the festal custom. After they had completed its days, as they were returning, the boy Jesus remained in Jerusalem, but his parents did not know it. Thinking that he was in the caravan, they journeyed for a day and looked for him among their relatives and acquaintances. But not finding him, they returned to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been looking for you with great anxiety." And he said to them, "Why were you looking for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" But they did not understand what he had said to them. He went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. And his mother kept all these things in her heart. And Jesus advanced in wisdom and age and favor before God and man. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Bubba went into the police station and he told the desk sergeant his wife had been missing for 3 days. So the sergeant said, "How tall is she?" He said, "She's 5'2". I don't know, maybe 5'6". Could be 5'10". "How much does she weigh?" 120 pounds. Maybe 160, maybe 180. "What was she wearing?" "Oh, she was wearing blue jeans." Well, might have been wearing shorts, maybe a sundress. "Was she driving a vehicle?" "Candy apple red 2020 Corvette with T-tops, 5-speed on the floor, Michelin tires with raised white lettering." Sergeant said, "Don't worry, sir. We'll help you find your car." All of us with children have experienced this situation today, and it is very scary. The finding of our Lord Jesus in the temple, the fifth joyful mystery, is the only glimpse we get into what is called the hidden life of Jesus. Scriptures do not say much about Jesus from the infancy narratives up until he begins his public ministry. This journey from Nazareth to Jerusalem is 65 miles, and it usually takes 3 days to complete. Now, it would appear that Jesus is being disrespectful to Mary and Joseph. But if we understand Jewish tradition, it's not as bad as it appears. Jewish males were considered adults at the age of 12 because most of them got married between 15 and 18. At age 13, they were required to memorize the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah. In addition, to memorize and put into practice the book of Proverbs and the book of Sirach. This is also a significant time in the life of Jesus as we watch him transfer the name Father from Joseph to God the Father. And then we hear that he was obedient to them back in Nazareth until age 30, another significant number, because at 30, Jewish men could become rabbis and begin teaching and forming discipleship. We need to follow the example of the Holy Family. Satan today is doing all he can to destroy family life because he knows that's going to be the end of humanity. It's very sad to see families that are in disarray, not speaking to one another. I'm very blessed. I have 3 sisters that I'm very, very close to, in addition also their husbands, and they all adored Marion. We had dinner back in September, and we talked about this very thing because we see the people that we grew up with not speaking to their siblings. And we vowed to not let that happen because strong family life will keep Satan at bay and bring us closer to God. I read a story about a family with 5 children during the Great Depression. The father lost his job. They were forced to rent a small basement area, very dark, damp, small. But they ate their meals together every day. They prayed both morning and evening. One of the children's teachers came by for a visit and was horrified at the living conditions. The next day she told the little girl, "I'm so sorry you don't have a home to live in." And the little girl said, "Oh no, we have a wonderful home. We're just looking for a house to put it in."